I believe that the role of art for me in today's world is to help promote the idea that everyone has a voice and everyone's voice is worth being heard. My objective with my work is to make people realize that no matter who they are, where they are, what they do, their opinion is valuable. And if they can't communicate that verbally, then they owe it to themselves, and they have a responsibility to everyone else to try and take a brush to canvas and convey those emotions and those thoughts. Everyone deserves to be heard. My name is Mark Sajatovich. I am from Antigonish, Nova Scotia, Canada. This piece is an abstract, but traditionally I will paint abstracts, figurative abstracts, and more modern contemporary pieces that try and reflect different aspects of what our society is going through today. I try to be contemporary. I try to be as relevant to the modern situation we all find ourselves in. The piece is called When Language Fails. It originated several months ago over the course of the summer. It really is a result of a lot of the news and the press, the media, about global situations and conflicts. So, in essence, the piece is broken into two halves. The bottom half contains a number of individuals who are in a corporate context, in a boardroom. I've basically cut them off at the heads because I'm thinking the top half, the upper half, is about the results of the meeting, for example. If you have modern day politicians, bureaucrats, who are influencing the world situation, many times it results in strife, it results in wars. So really the piece is kind of dedicated to everyone who finds themselves in a position of power, who have the chance to make the world a better place, that they need to take it more seriously for the rest of us, or else the results would be at the top. So in a way, the heads are actually thinking of the strife and the consequences of what their bodies are really going through in the boardroom. I think I started approximately 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Most of my life has been devoted to the painting of art, as well as things like art direction, managing art behind the scenes for many different organizations. I'm currently working with a museum in Nova Scotia doing a new museum exhibit on video games. So my career has been quite diverse, and I've tried to keep it as interesting as I could, but my joy, my passion, is still getting back to acrylics and oils on canvas. It's been a challenging year, 2 years for everyone with pandemics and many other things. So this painting is the result, and a few of my other paintings as well, of the joy of kind of overcoming those hurdles. And I hear that from a lot of my friends in the art business as well, that they feel the last year or so has been getting back to their nature and getting back to the joy of art and bringing that back into the public view, which I see all around me in this gallery. It's staggering the amount of talent that you've assembled. For me personally, art has always been a combination of contemplation and conversation, really. I believe that the role of art for me in today's world is to help promote the idea that everyone has a voice and everyone's voice is worth being heard. My objective with my work is to make people realize that no matter who they are, where they are, what they do, their opinion is valuable. And if they can't communicate that verbally, then they owe it to themselves, and they have a responsibility to everyone else to try and take a brush to canvas and convey those emotions and those thoughts. Everyone deserves to be heard. We always need more art. We can never have enough art. And it doesn't matter what kind. It's about, to me, for example, people say it's about talent. My definition of talent is when you have experience and intuition, and you put those two things together, and you're able to express what you have inside your head, in your subconscious, and get it out on the canvas. then it can be shared with everyone. Then it becomes an open conversation, and then people are contributing and being relevant to the situation and being able to help and express all of the dilemmas we find ourselves in to this day. I don't really appreciate that facet of the business, shall we say. It's not where I see any benefit to art or artists. I don't personally engage in NFTs. Uh, Maybe that's because they're too early and we don't know enough about them. Maybe, perhaps, in the future there is a place. It certainly could be. But at this point, I think it does more to harm the art and the artists in the long run than it does to do them any help at this point in time. Hopefully right back here saying this exact thing with another painting with you. Um, I enjoy working with galleries who enjoy working with artists, which is why I enjoy your competition so much. I would hope that in 10 years I'll be still trying to find creative ways to be relevant and to express what I feel about our situation globally through art and allow people to have a chance to agree or disagree and to prompt any kind of discussion that I can. I hope in the next 10 years maybe I've inspired a few people to do the same thing. And ultimately, I think that's the value of something like your gallery in this competition. It promotes freedom of expression, it promotes creativity, and it encourages people to take brush to canvas and become more active in the pursuit of their art. Well, I think it's every artist's dream that should they end, that their pieces will speak for them. And I hope that I will have that luxury, that people will look at my career and take certain pieces and understand that there is a path, that there is a consistency, that there is a message. And that message was everyone on the planet has the power to make the world a better place through communicating what they honestly feel and conveying what their authenticity is. It so happens that I like to feel that mine is through art, and I believe everyone has a voice that can be found and expressed through art. They have a responsibility to bring that to light and to bring that to other people. So I hope perhaps one or two of my paintings, if I'm kind, will be remembered as inspirational to people to help them start to express their feelings and hopefully start some discussions of their own. I think if I had to give any message, it was for people to take time to get to know art. Contemplation and self-awareness, self-consciousness. I see art as a vehicle. If people have the time to actually stand, particularly with our abstracts, as I feel, if you have the time to form an emotional bond and an understanding with an artist and their intuition and their knowledge and the message that they're communicating, then I think that makes the world a better place. I think everyone has a duty to know themselves better personally, to take time with art, to really look at it and figure out what I like, what I don't like, why is that, and how can I work to get to know every piece of this artistic endeavor a little bit better so that people can express themselves better. So I think people can become more self-aware through the study of art. So take the time, take the contemplation, learn yourself better, and in the end, I think that helps everyone. Well, I think my initial response was to be very humbled and to be very honored. I'd spent some time looking at the previous year and then the level of talent and the quality of the artists and how well they had expressed themselves, and their creativity came through loud and clear. So I was actually amazed at the quality and the caliber of the artists that had gone before us in the previous year. So I thought I owed it to myself to try and pick something that was of that caliber, that would not be out of place and perhaps fit in with the other messages that the artists were trying to deliver. So I was honored, I was humbled, and it's been a miraculous experience. We fell in love with Barcelona and all the staff in the museum. I couldn't recommend it any more highly. Well, I couldn't agree more, 100%. I don't think that any of the outside context matters in a competition like this. I think the power of the art should be what is evaluated. What is the emotional relationship that a juror has with a piece? What messages do they receive? What can they say to actually focus on the quality of the painting to themselves? I myself think all art is good. It's just a question of whether or not people can respond to it or not. And that's a very personal thing. So to actually have all of those extra factors weighing in on a judge, I think actually diminishes the competition in a certain way. And I think the judging process, the way you have it, is exactly how all of the art competitions should be done. They exemplify the power of the art, and they allow the judge the power and the time to focus exclusively on the messages and the relationship they have with the art. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you to your staff and the museum. The gallery has done a fantastic job, and I look forward to meeting everyone tomorrow evening.